He's flying. He will be Gout of this universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, 10:36.
Gout Gout just broke a 5-6-year-old record, and he's only 17. The name might sound unusual, but his speed is rewriting history. What he did in under 20 seconds left even seasoned athletes speechless. He was born in Ipswich, Queensland, Australia, in December 2007, into a family of Dinka heritage, whose journey led them from South Sudan to Egypt, then to Australia. His parents, Bona and Monica, settled there before he was born. The name Gout is actually a misspelling that occurred during administrative registration. His family name was originally transliterated as Gua or Guat, but now Gout Gout, pronounced to rhyme with pout, is the name the world knows, and it's becoming one that track and field will never forget. From early years, his path to sprinting greatness started not on a track but on a soccer field. He played football as a child, honing athleticism and footwork even before he had committed fully to running. Over time, his speed became unmistakable. At Ipswich Grammar School in Queensland, his talent became more visible. He shifted focus from soccer to athletics and began to shine in youth competitions. By age 14, he had already run 100 meters in 10.57 seconds. In April 2023, as a 15-year-old, he broke the Australian under 1:8 meter record at the Junior National Championships in Brisbane, running 20.87 seconds. That was his first real announcement to the country. He was someone to watch.
Gout Gout from Queensland, 20.87.
In 2024, he took things to another level. He ran 10.29 seconds to win the under 1:8 100 meters in Queensland, and at the Australian under 20 Championship later that year, he took the 100-meter title. At the World U20 Championships in Lima, he won silver in the 200 meters with a time of 20.6 seconds. In December of the same year, he exploded onto the scene. He ran a 10.04 inches the 100 meters, though wind-assisted, and then turned around and ran 20.04 inches the 200 meters, breaking a 5-6-year-old Australian and Oceanian record previously held by Peter Norman since 1968. Norman's record was 20.06. That 20.04 officially became the new area record, and the performance put Gout on the map in a big way. In early 2025, Gout Gout lit up the Australian Championships with a 19.84 inches, the 200 meters, and a 9.99 inches, the 100, both wind-assisted but jaw-dropping. Even without official records, he made one thing clear: he was already performing at elite levels. Then came perhaps his most important breakthrough to date on a stage he had never before raced on. On the 24th of June 2025, in Ostrava, Czech Republic, at the Golden Spike meet, he ran exactly 20.02 seconds with legal wind. That performance broke his own Australian and Oceanian record and ensured that this time would go down in the books. He beat Cuban Rainier Mena by 0.17 seconds, showing composure and strength late in the race. In doing so, he became the fastest Australian ever in the 200 meters at just 17 years old. That race was more than a record. It was symbolic. It was his first senior international race, and he delivered under pressure. He described feeling calm, trusting his training, and simply doing what he loves running. In that moment, the world of athletics took notice not just of his speed, but of his potential to grow even more. His personal bests now stand at 10.17 seconds in the 100 meters with legal wind and 20.02 seconds in the 200 meters. He has run faster in some races, but in those cases, tailwinds disqualified them from record status. He also has a 400-meter time of 46.2 seconds. Because of those wind-assisted runs and his breakthrough, Australia named him to its team for the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. At Tokyo 2025, competing in the 200 meters, he made it out of the heats running 20.23 seconds, but in the semifinal he ran 20.36 seconds and did not progress to the final. It was a valuable lesson. The world stage is different, margins are tight, and consistency matters more than momentary brilliance. If you look at his strengths, they're clear. He has long strides, speed endurance, and an exceptional capacity to close strong, particularly from 100 to 200 meters. Many analysts compare him to Usain Bolt, especially in his build, ease, and raw speed at a young age. But Gout has also been vocal that he wants to be Gout Gout, not a clone of someone else. He wants his own identity in the sport. With that comparison comes pressure. Expectations from media, fans, and even from within are enormous. People already speak of Olympic gold, world titles, and a legacy that can weigh on any teenager. How he handles defeat, inconsistency, injury, and the daily grind will define if he can transcend from prodigy to legend. Technically, the areas to refine are obvious. Startups need work. In elite sprinting, shaving off hundredths at the gun matters. Consistency across rounds, ability to deliver under fatigue, and mental focus in races where nerves compete, all these will need polishing. As he competes more internationally, he must adapt to different tracks, climates, travel, and competition. The jump from fastest junior in the country to top senior in the world doesn't happen by raw speed alone. In Australia, he already has rivals. Lachi Kennedy, for example, is a sprinter who has challenged him domestically. Kennedy won the 200 meters at the Maury Plant Meet in Melbourne in 2025 ahead of Gout, clocking 20.26 seconds. The competition internally will push him. Aidan Murphy is another name in national sprinting circles. Facing rivals keeps him sharp and prevents complacency. His selection for the 2025 World Championships was earned not just for potential but results. Though he did not reach the final, gaining that experience at age 17 is rare. The heat, the pressure, the global field all will only help him. In the coming years, he will learn how to manage rounds, how to peak, and how to maintain speed across multiple events. Gout Gout's prime years are likely ahead of him. He'll be 20 at the 2028 Olympics and 24 when the Games come to Brisbane in 2032. Those are prime years for sprinters, and many expect him to peak on home soil. But getting there won't be easy. Avoiding injuries, handling pressure, and staying consistent will be key. His steady climb from 20.87 to 20.02 seconds, with flashes of sub-10 speed in the 100 meters, shows just how high his ceiling could be. At just 17, Gout Gout made his European debut in Ostrava and shocked everyone by breaking the 200-meter Oceanian record again. It wasn't just about the win, it was proof he belonged on the world stage. What comes next? That's the real question. Can he stay healthy, handle the pressure, and keep climbing? If he does, by 2032, Gout Gout might not just be the fastest in Australia, he could be one of the fastest in the world.
Ever so close. Seville from Thompson. Lyles at last is beaten.
Not first place. No.
Still having a smile on your face.
A huge smile. It's a crazy season. Injuries, rushing the season, using a lot of those rounds.
Noah Lyles isn't the fastest anymore. Just months ago, he was on top of the world. Now he's struggling to stay on the podium. And two new names have taken over the 100-meter spotlight, and neither one is Lyles. How did it all fall apart so quickly? Kishane Thompson, once an under-the-radar Jamaican sprinter, has stunned fans and rivals alike by clocking a blistering 9.75 seconds. Kenny Bednarek, previously known more for his 200-meter finesse, has stepped up with a powerful 9.79. Both men are running faster, more consistently, and with more hunger. Meanwhile, Lyles, with his recent 9.89, is not just falling behind, he's falling off the radar. Noah Lyles was once crowned the world's fastest man, a title that came with weight, legacy, and global recognition. Known for his blistering pace in the 200 meters and growing dominance in the 100 meters, Lyles seemed unstoppable. But in the fast-moving world of elite sprinting, things change quickly. Now, a new wave of competitors is not just challenging him, they're outrunning him. Kishane Thompson and Kenny Bednarek have emerged as serious threats, leaving Lyles struggling to hold his position in a field he once ruled. At his peak, Lyles was unmatched in the 200 meters. His explosive finish, smooth technique, and charismatic presence made him a fan favorite and a consistent champion. In 2022 and 2023, he ruled the track, clocking a jaw-dropping 19.31 inches the 200 meters, the third fastest of all time. He also began focusing seriously on the 100 meters, aiming to become the undisputed sprint king. That ambition paid off at the Paris 2024 Olympics, where Lyles claimed gold in the 100 meters with a 9.79, narrowly beating out Jamaica's Kishane Thompson by just 5 thousandths of a second. It was a defining moment, a peak that placed him at the pinnacle of world sprinting. But 2025 told a different story. The competition caught up and in some cases blew past him. Kishane Thompson, relatively unknown just a couple of years ago, exploded into the spotlight. His run of 9.75 at the Jamaican Championships wasn't just the fastest time of the season, it was one of the fastest in history. Thompson backed that up with consistent sub-9. 90 performances throughout the Diamond League circuit, proving he's not a one-race wonder. His wins in Silesia and Prefontaine showed he's capable of dominating on multiple stages. Thompson's rise is not just a story of raw speed. It's a story of timing, momentum, and relentless focus. In 2024, he nearly snatched Olympic gold from Lyles. In 2025, he came back stronger, faster, and more determined. His 9.75 placed him among the top sprinters in history, and his ability to win under pressure is quickly making him the new favorite in the 100-meter world. Then there's Kenny Bednarek. Unlike Thompson, Bednarek is no surprise contender. He's been steadily improving, especially in the 200 meters, where he's already proven himself with Olympic and world medals. But in 2025, Bednarek took a significant leap in the 100 meters. His performance at the U.S. Championships stunned the field. He clocked a 9.79, equaling Lyles's Olympic winning time. Even more impressive, he did it despite cramping up mid-race. That kind of grit speaks volumes. The dynamic between Bednarek and Lyles is also becoming one of the most talked-about rivalries in track and field. After Bednarek beat Lyles in the 200 meters at the U.S. Championships, tensions flared. Lyles pushed Bednarek at the finish line, a moment that sparked headlines and speculation about internal team friction. Bednarek later said he had no bad blood, but the gesture said plenty. It's not just about who's fastest anymore, it's about pride, ego, and legacy. Meanwhile, Lyles has been trying to maintain his footing. His best 100-meter time this year is 9.89, a solid number by most standards, but not enough in today's hyper-competitive environment. In a season where others are running 9.75 and 9.79 consistently, a 9.89 puts you in the middle of the pack. At the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo, Lyles managed to secure bronze in the 100 meters, but the gap was clear. Seville won gold with 9.77. Thompson took silver at 9.82, and Lyles' 9.89 wasn't enough to defend his status. That race might have marked the turning point. It wasn't just that Lyles lost, it was how decisively he was beaten. The confidence he once exuded has been replaced with a more cautious demeanor. His starts have been slower, his finishes less explosive, and his control over the race diminished. For a man who once claimed he'd go down as the greatest ever, the slip has been both swift and painful. But this isn't just about numbers on a stopwatch. It's about perception. Once you start losing races, the narrative shifts. Sponsors start wondering, fans start questioning, and rivals smell blood. Lyles now finds himself in the unfamiliar position of having to prove he still belongs at the top. His 200-meter dominance remains, but even that is under pressure as younger sprinters improve. To get back on top, Lyles needs to adjust fast. His starts have been inconsistent, often putting him at a disadvantage by the 30-meter mark. His top-end speed is still elite, but it's no longer enough to rescue him from a slow launch. Technically, he has to fine-tune his acceleration phase and clean up his transition to top speed. Mentally, he needs to rediscover the confidence that fueled his golden runs in 2022 and 2024. The challenge isn't just physical or technical, it's psychological. He's facing rivals who are faster, younger, and more fearless. Thompson has shown no fear of Lyles, beating him repeatedly in 2025. Bednarek has publicly stated his desire to be the best, and he's backed it up with results. Lyles, meanwhile, has struggled to find consistent footing. If Lyles wants to reclaim his place, the next few months are critical. He needs to win, and not just in the 200 meters. He needs to show he can beat the best over 100 meters again. That might mean adjusting his training, changing strategy, or simply finding a new mental edge. Whatever it takes, the window is closing fast. The sprinting world is moving on, whether Lyles is ready or not. Usain Thompson is not waiting for permission, he's seizing every opportunity. Kenny Bednarek is no longer a side character, he's a legitimate contender. And with Seville, Ferdinand Omanyala, and other young sprinters entering the scene, the field is only getting more crowded. This isn't just a race against competitors, it's a race against time. Lyles is 28 now. He's entering the phase of his career where sprinters traditionally start to decline. That doesn't mean he's done. But it does mean every season counts more than the last. Every race is a statement. Every loss stings harder. The 100 meters is one of the most unforgiving events in all of sports. A fraction of a second is the difference between legend and forgotten. Right now, Lyles is at a crossroads. He can either adjust, fight, and reclaim his throne, or fade into the shadow of the new generation. Fans still believe in him. His charisma, work ethic, and past triumphs have built a loyal following. But belief alone doesn't win races. Performance does. And in 2025, the performance gap is growing. Lyles has always thrived on challenges. He talks openly about chasing greatness, about wanting to be remembered as one of the best to ever do it. That fire is still there. But now he has to back it up. In the most competitive 100-meter field in years, can he do it? Can he close the gap on Thompson, outlast Bednarek, and silence the doubters? The answer will define his legacy. Because in sprinting, you're only as good as your last race, and right now, the race is wide open.
I'm gonna do it, watch, I'm gonna do it. And everybody just like, okay, let's get a load of this guy. So when it does finally happen and you gotten the medal, it's like, wow, I wasn't crazy.
At just 28 years old, Noah Lyles has already conquered the sprinting world. With Olympic gold medals, multiple world championship titles, and an American record in the 200 meters, he has built a legacy many sprinters only dream of. But in a bold new interview, Lyles sent shockwaves through the athletics world with a statement so bold it left the entire athletics world reeling. He hinted at something game-changing, something that could shake Usain Bolt's legacy to its core. During the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, where he won gold in the 200 meters for the fourth consecutive time, Lyles was asked whether Bolt's record could ever be touched. His answer was direct and unapologetic. Bolt's record is going down. I know that I'm going to break it, he said. For Lyles, it's not a matter of if but when. He went further, pointing out the way fans react when athletes aim for greatness. The second most popular favorite hobby of humans after watching somebody achieve greatness is watching them fail. People love to watch people fail. They just do. I don't know why. It's just if somebody says they want to do something great, someone's right there next to say they can't do it. Then, with trademark confidence, he added, I can give zero cares about what other people think, because they don't know me, they don't know my story, they don't know what I do, they don't know how hard I work, how talented I am. But I know. I'm going to motivate myself regardless. I'm going to win regardless. I didn't need a rival at Worlds to run 19.3 because there was nobody close to me when that happened. This statement wasn't just bravado, it was a declaration of intent from the reigning king of sprinting. Usain Bolt's 200 meters world record of 19.19 seconds, set in Berlin in 2009, has stood untouched for more than 15 years. Bolt himself called that race the perfect blend of execution, speed, and power. Since then, countless sprinters have tried to get close. Most haven't even breached the 19.5 barrier. But Noah Lyles is different. In 2022, at the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, he ran 19.31 seconds, breaking Michael Johnson's long-standing American record and becoming the third fastest man in history over 200 meters. In that race, he pulled away from the field with such dominance that it reminded fans of Bolt's prime. That 19.31 was just 0.12 seconds shy of Bolt's record, a blink in sprinting terms. What makes Lyles' claim believable is not just his speed, but his consistency. He has broken 20 seconds in the 200 meters dozens of times, including into headwinds that would slow most sprinters significantly. His ability to replicate fast times under any condition proves that 19.1 is not just wishful thinking, it's within reach. Noah Lyles' journey to this point has been anything but easy. Born in Gainesville, Florida in 1997, he grew up battling asthma and started out in gymnastics before switching to track and field at 12. Alongside his younger brother Josephus, he dreamed of competing at the Olympics after watching the 2012 Games on TV. By high school, Lyles was already breaking records. At the 2016 U.S. Olympic trials, he ran 20.09 seconds in the 200 meters, breaking a 1-year-old national high school record. Though he narrowly missed making the Olympic team, he qualified for the World U-20 Championships, where he won double gold in the 100 meters and 4x100m relay. Turning professional that same year with Adidas, Lyles quickly rose through the ranks. By 2019, he was a world champion in the 200 meters and 4x100m relay. In 2022, he cemented himself as America's fastest over 200 meters by smashing Johnson's record. And in 2023, he achieved the sprint treble at the World Championships in Budapest, winning the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100m relay. Now, with 8 World Championship gold medals and an Olympic 100 meters title from Paris 2024, Lyles stands as the most dominant sprinter since Bolt. It's impossible to talk about Noah Lyles without mentioning Usain Bolt. The Jamaican legend revolutionized sprinting with his world records of 9.58 inches, the 100 meters, and 19.19 inches, the 200 meters. His charisma and dominance turned him into a global icon. But Lyles is carving his own path. While Bolt was known for his towering 6'5" frame and long stride, Lyles at 5'11" relies more on explosive turnover and relentless drive phases. Where Bolt often started slow and finished with a devastating kick, Lyles combines sharp acceleration with top-end speed that holds steady all the way through the line. The parallels between the two are striking. Both broke national records, both achieved global titles before the age of 23, and both embraced showmanship on and off the track. Yet what sets them apart is their era. Bolt's dominance came when the sprint field was transitioning, while Lyles faces a new generation of hungry talents like Letsile Tebogo, Kishane Thompson, and Oblique Seville, all pushing him to go faster. Breaking 19.19 requires perfection. Every phase of the race, reaction time, drive, transition, and speed endurance must align. But Lyles has shown glimpses of that perfection. His 19.31 inches, Eugene was run with near-flawless execution. Analysts believe with slightly better conditions, like a stronger tailwind or ideal track surface, he could shave off more time.